Today I'm going to show you the one thing that you definitely need to bring with you if you're going to be going on a road trip by 4 wheels, 2 wheels, or 6. This is the Lokithor Jumpstarter and Tire Inflator. Previously, I was using 2 different products to do its job. One was a old air compressor and the other one was a little lithium jump starter like this. Obviously on motorcycles, size matters. But even if you have a lot of bags, less is always more. Why carry around 2 products if you only need to carry around 1? I'm Adrian from YouMotorcycle. I make videos aimed at helping motorcyclists, and I think that I have something helpful for you guys. The thesis of this entire video is going to be putting the Lokithor to the test to see whether or not it is good for motorcycle-specific application, and we're going to be taking it and testing it in excess of what you would be using it for in the real world, so that way if you do find yourself in a tricky situation in the real world, you'll know for sure that you can count on this thing or not. Lastly, I just want to give full disclosure. Yes, they did send me this product. I did get this for free. I'm not being paid to review this. I don't care if you buy it. I don't get kickbacks if you buy it from their website. If you know of a better product, feel free to leave a comment down below and let me know, because I'm probably interested in it myself. And I just promised them I will give you guys an honest review if I like the product, and if I don't like the product, I'm just going to throw it out. But we're here, so let's get to testing it. So this is the Gulu Jumpstarter. I've been using this thing for years before I got the Lokithor. I've used it a lot for bikes that have been, just sitting for a little bit too long, but I've never used it for anything that was like really, really dead. So I want to hold the Lokithor to a higher standard. So we're going to try it with a battery that's pretty dead. I'll show you what I mean. All right, you guys see that battery tucked in the corner there? That battery has not started a bike in like 2 years. I keep it here just for like bench testing stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a battery that hasn't really been able to start a bike for almost 2 years now, and we're going to drop it in, and I'm going to show you that it doesn't start it, and then we're going to try it with the booster. There we go. Take the good battery out, and we'll put the bad battery in. All right, so just so you guys don't think I'm trying to fool you here, multimeter reading for this new battery, 11.5. Okay, so we tried it a few times, didn't really get anywhere. I got the Lokithor plugged in there, and we're just gonna quickly, okay, so those are clamped on now, and check this out. Nice. So the voltage was 11.5 and the Lokithor was able to start it. 11.5 volts, as you can see from this chart over here, is shit. So that's pretty cool. So my dog has decided she is going to be doing this video with me. The fact that Lokithor was still able to start this thing the very first time I cranked it, and super strong startup, it really speaks to the cold cranking amps power of this. I would love to test this on my truck, but thanks. I'd love to test this on my truck, but truth be told, my truck is, oh, thank God. My truck battery is 100% full, so if I showed you on my truck, it really wouldn't be an actual test. It would just be like bullshit, and I don't want to do that with you guys. So, but I can tell you that when my truck battery was dying in the dead of winter, I did use that Jumpstarter Lokithor one. It got me my truck started right away. But let's get on to even more difficult testing. The next thing I want to test is the inflator function. And I don't just want to test it on a little motorcycle tire, I want to test it on a big truck tire. And I don't just want to test it on a kind of low truck tire, I want to deflate the truck tire down to like 10 PSI, because that's really going to have to run the Lokithor for a long time to really see if it really can get it up. I think that's going to be a really good test. And the other part to make it even more difficult is I haven't recharged my Lokithor in like 3 months. So I've used it a bunch of times, just, 20 seconds here, boost a bike there, whatever it is. This thing hasn't had a full recharge in a long time. We're gonna see how well it does. I'm gonna grab a truck tire, we're gonna deflate it, and we're gonna put this thing to the test. Come on, doggo, let's go. So this is our truck tire. It is a off of an F-150, 20-inch rim, I believe. Tire pressure is 32 right now, so that's what we're gonna try and get back to. All right, 10 PSI. Hopefully you guys can see. That's in focus. Got 10 PSI now. So I'm gonna grab our Lokithor. We can unplug the little jumper cables. Don't need that. And we plug in this little hose, which just screws right in pretty simply. And basically the thought process is if it can fill up this giant truck tire from 10 PSI to 32, it's gonna have no problem doing one or both of your motorcycle tires in the same shot. So let's turn this on. Sorry, we want it set to 32 PSI. And we should, okay, so it's reading 12 PSI. Well, close enough to 10. Let's hit pump. So while that's filling up, I thought I would tell you about what I used to use, which is an old Airman. It's 15 years old. It's a little air compressor. The real downside that I see, because obviously I've beat the heck out of this thing for 15 years, it uses a cigarette lighter plug, which not a lot of bikes come with, so you have to either add one in there or you're on the side of the road at the mercy of other traffic, hoping that somebody will pull over and try and help you out, which, let's be honest, how often does a cager ever pull over for us? Not really likely. So yeah, not great. I like the new setup better of it all just being one system. Let's see how it does. So how do you like that? Tell you what, if you guys do like that, stops itself automatically at whatever you program it to, in this case 32 PSI. If you do like that, do me a favor, hit that like button. If you want more content aimed at helping motorcyclists, hit subscribe. Let's check this real quick. Verify that. Hopefully that's in focus. Just on the dot, 32 PSI. Lovely. I'm pretty impressed that this thing could refill a basically flat truck tire, and it had 3/4 full battery. It still has 3/4 full battery. It already boosts like I don't know how many bikes. This battery seems to last forever. Like I said, I don't think I've charged it in I don't know how long. There's just a couple things we got to do to make this really motorcycle specific. I'll show you. Truthfully, the only thing I dislike about this thing, guys, is this handle over here. I think for motorcyclists, we want stuff as small as possible. So we're just going to test how easy it is to make. And in case it needs to be said, you should really not do this at home. Don't buy a perfectly good product and then destroy it. Leave that to me, okay? That's my job. It wants to come off, like it really wants to come off, but it. Now I got the flashlights going crazy. All right, well, once you get that off, there's like a little retain screw here. Now at this point, if you're smart, you'll probably just stop and give up, especially if you're like a car driver and I just want to get this done, so we're doing it. Let's be honest, does that look a little bit uglier? Yes. Could I do a cleaner job and make it look a lot better? Yes. Will I do a better job? No. I've gained enough space for probably 2 pairs of socks and 2 pairs of boxers, which might not sound like much, but if you've ever been on a long motorcycle trip and you have run out of socks and run out of clean underwear, you know how valuable that is. All right, guys, so not gonna lie, I'm pretty content with how this whole thing went. I'm glad to see that I can really, even from low PSI, even when I haven't charged that thing probably all year, it'll still fill a huge truck tire. So to me, that means on a motorcycle, it's gonna be a no-brainer piece of cake. This thing is definitely more than what I need for a trip. It's definitely gonna be able to handle 2 bike tires. Even if you have, let's say, a slow leak, to just keep yourself until you can get home or get it to a shop, keep yourself pumping it up. I haven't recharged this thing all year. It's still working awesome. It's taken a battery from like 11.5 volts and gotten the bike to start like it was nothing. And that bike wasn't even a fuel injected bike. That was a carbureted bike. So if it was more likely to, hesitate, no issues whatsoever. I enjoy this product. I'm glad that I can now, instead of having 2 products I have to bring with me of 1 air compressor, 1 booster, I can just leave that at home and just have the 1 product with me. It takes up now less space than ever. Did I need to hack it down to pieces? No, but you know what? For bike purposes, I think the smallest possible package is probably the most important for us for when we are packing for road trips. Speaking of, I'm doing a 2,000 kilometer road trip coming up real soon. Hit subscribe if you want to see that. Hit subscribe if you want more content aimed at helping motorcyclists. Like the video if you found it interesting, informative, entertaining, or if you just think I'm a sicko for destroying perfectly good products. Please hit that like button. Ride safe. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.